The Democratic Republic of Congo's Electoral Commission yesterday announced that presidential and parliamentary elections will be held on the 20th of December in 2023. The announcement comes as the country is facing serious security issues in the east of the country, bringing into question whether free and fair elections can actually be possible.
The result of the previous elections was contested following the win of incumbent Felix Tshisekedi. Despite objections, power was handed over without incident for the first time in DRC's history. Questions have been raised about how free and fair elections will be carried out in DRC's east, where armed groups have been carrying out insurgencies for years. But authorities say constitutional deadlines for the holding of elections must be respected in order to consolidate democracy. The elections are projected to cost an estimated $600 million. President Felix Tshisekedi has said that he will run for another term in office.
Well, to get some reaction, we're now joined by Congolese social activist Espoir Ngalukiye. Thank you so much indeed for joining us. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
All right, so this announcement that elections will be held in 2023 come at a very difficult time for the DRC. Some, though, might say that they don't remember a time when there was ever peace in the DRC, and yet we've had elections, we've seen elections taking place. Is there anything different this time around?
So the majority of Congolese were needing to get the calendar of election because it's not a favor that the Electoral Commission is giving to Congolese, because all Congolese were waiting for the detailed calendar that was given by the Electoral Commission. And according to the peace, and another thing that I can add, it can be financial support, because the insecurity is a problem. And currently, the majority of North Kivu province is controlled by rebellion group. They are in Ruchuru, there are other terrorists are in Beni, in Nyiragongo, and all those rebellion groups, as they are controlling those areas, it cannot be possible to get free election on that area. That's why the international community and the Congolese authorities, they have the right, they have a duty to stop all those rebellions. But the civil society and Congolese people, they have fear. And another fear is it can be an excuse for the President Tshisekedi to refuse to organize elections, because he'll say, I have to stay on the stage, I have to stay on power, waiting for the security. But it is right, it is duty to give Congolese security. And as he failed, he have to go out.
We've been talking about the M23 rebels more and more recently, but there are a number of rebel groups in the eastern part of the country. The M23 have stated categorically these talks that were being held in Angola, they don't care about them. They want to engage with the government directly. So they don't care, I'm guessing, about this announcement for elections. As far as they're concerned, their demands need to be met, whether the country goes to the polls or not. Is that the case?
So the M23 is qualified as a terrorist, not a normal armed group by Congolese government. And the parliamentary of Congolese, they voted in addition that they said they don't need to dialogue with terrorists. And it's a particular rebellion group, because it's a stronger rebellion group. It's the only rebellion group that is controlling the majority of the Congolese territory, and it's the only one rebellion group that is supported clearly by foreign countries like Rwanda and Uganda. They are the M23. The Congolese government have said no, they can't dialogue with terrorists. they can't dialogue with M23. Either they are controlling their positions currently. It means that they have to go out of those territory that they are controlling now, so that the Congolese government will negotiate with them. And the Congolese people agree completely with the Congolese opinion, the Congolese government's opinion. They don't need to negotiate with rebellion group like M23. If negotiation can be organized, it has to be between Congo and Rwanda, not between Congo and M23, because M23 is just another name of Rwandan army that is controlling some territory of Congolese. And we need just peace. We were born in insecurity, we were born in war, and we are growing up in war. And we don't need to give the legacy of a war country to the next generation. And election is among the main keys of stopping those violence and that sequel. You know, it's becoming like a naturally and a normal situation, but for us, it cannot be a normal situation.
How difficult will the next year be for President Tshisekedi? Because he wants to be re-elected, but he'll be measured on his ability to deal with the security situation in the country. And it looks as if he's dealing with a situation that's been getting worse rather than getting better.
So the President Tshisekedi needs to be elected, but his mandate was not good for Congolese. Like, we have to check that some area, like security. The security, he failed completely to stop rebellions group, and he cannot ask people to vote for him, as he failed to stop those rebellions. And other areas like education, health, and public infrastructure, he failed on all those areas. And I think that if he asks again to be voted, it looks like he's living in another country that is not Congo. Because if he were living in Congo, he could not run and to claim another mandate. Because as he failed, he don't need to ask for another mandate. But as we are in democracy, he's free to run. Maybe he will come from the opposition. But currently, even the Congolese opposition, they are in disorder, completely disorder. They are not organized. And maybe it can be profitable for him to be voted as the opposition. They are not in a unite.
All right, let's talk about, I mean, when he came to power, he was in that very difficult situation where the former President Kabila had a strong hand in parliament. The president had to put together a coalition which seems to have struggled to stay together over time. Former President Kabila's influence seems to be less and less as time has passed. But there is that character, I think it was Mr. Fayulu, who many people say that he might have actually won the last election. Where are Mr. Fayulu and Mr. Kabila in terms of the politics of the next year running up to the next election?
But telling you the truth, that in previous election, Fayulu was the one who won the election. But Kabila and Tshisekedi, they make a deal to nominate Tshisekedi as the winner. And Tshisekedi and Kabila, they had an alliance, they had a coalition, but their coalition, they stopped with it. I think that Fayulu and Kabila can work together against Tshisekedi. I think it's a dream. Those two people will never work together. Will never work together. But Fayulu and, Kabila and Moise Katumbi, they can work together. against Tshisekedi because Katumbi is the mayor, is among the major leader of the opposition in Congo currently. And Fayulu is look like he's alone, and he's like with Matata Ponyo. He can work with Matata Ponyo and with the former Prime Minister Adolphe Muzito. But the big coalition, maybe it can be between Kabila and Moise Katumbi because they have access to information, they have access to personal resources who have experience, and maybe financially it will be easier for them than for Fayulu and other opposition leaders. But I think that the Congolese opposition will be strong. It can be only if they are a unit. But if they can continue with their war, with their Cold War, it will be dreaming so far.
All right. Regional players, particularly Uganda, Rwanda, have been accused of having quite a bit of influence in DRC politics. Will this be something that might play out in the year ahead, or will the DRC be left to its own devices in the outcome of a potential election this time next year?
So the majority of Congolese leaders, they are influenced not only by Rwanda and Uganda, but they are influenced by the Western countries, and like European Union, United States of America, and some countries like France, Belgium, and they have to, it's like they need to be in good mood, in good time with children of their Western countries. And these children can be represented by Rwanda and Uganda because they are the major actor of the security and the insecurity system of the Chris Lake region. And all those, the majority of Congolese leaders, they are like, they need to be in good relation with Rwanda and Uganda. If the current president Tshisekedi, when he started his mandate, he was in a good relation with Rwanda, and now he invited even Ugandan army in Congo to fight against a terrorist. But for him, it's like a manner to stop the support that they are giving to rebellions group. But as he started it and he failed, I think other leaders will take a lesson. But the former influence of Rwanda and Uganda will not be the same on the next election, because if one day Congolese citizens know that that politician is supported by Rwanda or Uganda, it will be very difficult to those people to be voted by Congolese.
All right, and that's where we'll leave it. Merci beaucoup pour votre temps, and j'espère vous reparler bientôt.
Merci beaucoup. Okay. Thank you so much.
Au revoir. Good night. Thanks so much indeed. All right, that's one of our new commentators there, Espoir Ngalukiye, speaking to us about the DRC elections, which are scheduled for this time next year. Security, a huge situation there.